Welcome to another episode of Beyond Grayskull. Today, we're jumping right back into it. Yes, that's right. Masters of the Universe Revelation, Episode 2. And before I start, can I just say this? I am not here to change your mind on the show. You may love it, or you may be a hater. These are my thoughts alone. Without further ado, this is Episode 2, The Poison Chalice. So straight off the bat, we have to address the fact. He-Man / Prince Adam, well, he's a goner. Hey! Thus, entering our new heroes of the show. One being Andrea, and funny, her very first spoken word, it could sum up the series before we even knew it.
Holy hell, the smell! I'm running full filtration and I can practically taste the stench.
That wretched smell comes from Kevin Smith, Stinkor, who attacks our two new heroes with his foul stench, much as Kevin Smith has done with this whole franchise. Okay, that'll be the last bad-smelling joke I'll make about Kevin Smith, I promise. Thus finally revealing our two new heroes, Andrea and Teela.
Jesus Christ! That was a guy. Guy dressed up like a sailor. Look at that.
Alright, let's address it, people, and I'll go into detail in a further episode because it's just going to take up too much time. Let's look at Teela's new look. So yes, Teela has bulked up. She has shaved her head in what I would call lazy Hollywood writing 101. Take away all the other issues of her personality and let's just focus on the look here for one brief minute. Yes, it looks stupid, but it's Teela's character and writing that annoys me far more than the way she looks. Fan edits have made her look much better, keeping her strong, powerful, and dare I say it, look more like the original Teela. So now I'm moving right along because as I said, Teela's whole character from the show, it will take up a whole episode on itself, and don't worry, we will get to that one day. So after defeating Stinkor and causing quite a mess, Teela literally copies Han Solo word for word.
Sorry about the mess.
Sorry about the mess.
And without wasting any time, Teela is right back in form as being the most annoying character there is, arrogant and stuck up. Teela and Andrea are offered a job from Evil-Lyn. Sorry, I meant the old random woman who sounds just like Evil-Lyn. Wink, wink. I bet no surprise will come from this. She wishes to send them on a quest for a chalice located at Snake Mountain, thus giving us our first flashback showing He-Man and Teela working as a team. Wow! This could have been a great idea for a show, but He-Man's just gotta go.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
How dare he take up space in his own show? Andrea and Teela managed to break back into Snake Mountain, coming across Triclops and his twisted religion-based technology cult called Motherboard. And look, I must say, this scene was rather cool. It goes rather dark and beyond anything we've seen before in Masters of the Universe, having a father drink from the cup of Triclops. And you know what? I couldn't put my finger on it the first viewing, but this seems really, really familiar. So, crazy cults? Drinking from a poison chalice? Coming possessed and crazy? It's Indiana Jones out of the Temple of Doom! Wow, I guess if you get a copy from the best. Teela then takes on Triclops and his forces, made up of Whiplash, Trapjaw, and Kevin Smith's hentai wet dream imaginations. Our heroes, of course, they win the battle. They take the chalice and escape with ease.
Everybody got that?
So they return back to Evil-Lyn, the old woman, and they hand over the chalice, but once again, they are offered another job. That is to take the chalice to Grayskull. But Teela all but says,
Nah, piss off.
She's such a lovable character, isn't she? This is our hero. But after Andre gives a speech about wanting to be a true hero, next He-Man, descendant of King Grayskull, thus Andrea convincing Teela to go back to Grayskull.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
Arriving shortly after Evil-Lyn, damn it, I meant the old woman, enters the remains of Grayskull, thus bringing back the sorceress who, wow, got old very fast.
I need a vacation.
Then Tila and Andre pull a very sneaky move and ask the old woman, "Tell us what you really want, Evil-Lyn." I mean, wow. Who saw this coming? I'm floored. I mean, I had no idea this old woman was Evil-Lyn. I mean, I'm in shock. I really am. And yes, in fact, the old woman was always Evil-Lyn. But this is even the more random part. Out of nowhere, she does this crazy, insane laugh, even though the sorceress has arranged for her to show up like this. So, what's with Evil-Lyn? I don't know.
It's like I picked the wrong week to quit drinking.
Oh yes, people, and I forgot to mention, Cringer is here. He stops Tila from killing Evil-Lyn. Our hero, people. Evil-Lyn uses the remains of Skeletor's Havoc staff to help the sorceress because the last remains of Eternia's magic is within the hands of the sorceress. Thus explains the look of Eternia and how it's looking very decayed. Lush green lands, now barren wastelands, and I'll admit, this part of the story is really cool. The fact that Eternia is the centerpiece of the universe and its magic is dying out, and with it the rest of the universe, I do like this. This is really cool. So, let me get this straight. The Power Sword must be reunited to summon back magic to Grayskull, therefore fixing Eternia and saving the universe as we know it. Did we ever think about calling She-Ra? She has a Power Sword.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
And you know what? Maybe I'm missing something here, but can someone explain to me this? Adora and Adam both have Power Swords that summon the power from Grayskull. Now, Eternia is dying because magic is dying, correct? That would most likely mean Etheria, the homeworld of She-Ra, is also dying. And she just isn't gonna contact the sorceress about this? And you know what? Fans will probably say she can't contact the sorceress because magic is dying out. But the sorceress just said by using the Power Sword it will summon back the power to Grayskull, therefore returning the magic. So, can someone explain this to me?
Well, we're waiting.
And now, I'm sorry, but this is a huge plot hole. And I don't want to hear people say, well, this fellow's He-Man, not She-Ra. Well, with that being said, She-Ra was a huge part of He-Man and will remain canon of the franchise. This is lazy writing 101 at its best. This is the biggest plot hole, and we're only in the second episode. But I could go on forever, so let's just move right along. So, let me get this straight. The plotline is this: He-Man's sword, the Power Sword, the Power of Grayskull sword, whatever you want to call it, is divided in two halves. One has gone to the heavens, one has gone to Subternia, basically meaning hell. Tila, being that great hero she is, says, "Why would I help you? Magic this and magic that." I'm sorry, but this is our hero. Fans want to complain about her look, but look at her personality. She's an absolute cow. Like I said, this is the biggest issue with the show. This is our hero, people. This person right here. Do you remember all the morals we used to get at the end of the old classic Filmation show? She should watch some of that and actually pay attention. Cringer manages to talk to the spoiled brat and convinces her to join forces with Evil-Lyn and Andrea on their quest, thus bringing Tila to say, "There's only one man I know who can help reforge the Sword of Grayskull." Enter a cloaked figure hiding from the cameraman for some odd reason. I mean, why is Man-at-Arms doing this? Why is he hiding? Why is he covering his face? Who's there watching him? You know, I'm just waiting for him to scream out something like this: "It was me!" And thus ending the episode. Well, what can I say?
Let's go get drunk.
Yep, that all but sums it up. Lazy. Just lazy. I could say it was bad, but it's more just lazy. You end yet another episode with Tila being a spoiled brat. You have these big, huge reveals that would rival a one-page Where's Waldo image when he's the only person on the paper. You create plot holes that would rival the Grand Canyon. I mean, out of 5 Gwildor Cosmic Keys, this would barely rate a 2. And I mean, I barely would rate this a 2. If not for that scene with Triclops, and that's me being generous, I really am. That being said, it does set up an interesting journey, seeking out the two halves of the Power Sword. But by this stage, fans were already losing interest. They don't want to follow a character at one stage that they loved, now is hated due to the way she's written, and it's rather sad. But that's the best way to just sum this up. It is really just sad. So thank you for watching, people. I will be back for episode 3 of Masters of the Universe Revelation. This has been Wayne for Beyond Grayskull, and like always, until next time.